Is he gonna get you? He's gonna get you, Bubba. He's gonna get you, Bubba. Gotcha. Oh, what? Don't like it? Is you hiding? See, it's okay. It's okay. Come here, Bubba. Come here, Bubba. Come here, Bubba. No. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay, Bubba. What's up, my YouTube people? Thanks for coming back to see Just What I Do today. Today is a really warm day here in Colorado. I hope you're having a great day. Now, today's project that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be prepping these self-wicking buckets for planting. Because I've got all my plants right here, sitting here waiting, ready to be potted. And I'll show you throughout the year on how well these self-wicking buckets work. Now, I am going to link some videos at the end of how I made these. Now, the first year's one are a little different than what you see now. I did remake them last year, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video. There'll be 2 different videos on how I made these. And as you can see, these buckets are very well used. I've used them for the past 2 years, and this is the only thing I plant my tomatoes and pepper plants in anymore. They work that well. As you can see, it's got some old plants in them, some sunflowers growing in them, some leaves, so they just need to be a little revamped, a little zhuzhed up, whatever you want to call it, to be ready for planting. And as you can see, this is an old pepper plant, and you can see how tall it got last year. I'm 6'1", and it's almost as tall as me. That's how well these self-wicking buckets work. And they're super easy to water. You water them until the water comes out the hole on the bottom, and then that water usually lasts a week depending on where you put them. So, I got my little helpers out here. There's Heiny and Big Bear. He's playing with the little chickens over there. Oliver's here too. Daisy's inside. She got too hot, so she went inside. But yeah, so I got my little helpers with me. So let's clean up these self-wicking buckets real quick. And then as I'm planting my peppers and tomatoes, I'll tell you what I'm planting. Tell you what kind I got this year. There's one that I've never tried before that I'm really curious to try. Hopefully this all comes out well. And stay tuned to the channel throughout the year. Or season, not year. And I will show you how well they're doing. So let's get busy and clean these up. Just gotta pull out the old, all the leaves, the stupid sunflowers. Loosen up the dirt a whole lot so the roots have a place to go rather than girdling itself, choking itself, whatever you want to call them. And then we'll start planting. But for now, we're gonna clean them up. And with my little helpers. There's Big Bear. Honey bunny. There she is. There's little Honey. Looks just like her mama. Okay, let's stop talking and get to work. Oh, and you see these buckets here? These 2 new buckets? Stay tuned. Later, I'm going to show you how to make a self-wicking potato buckets. About got run over by a bee. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to make some really nice self-wicking potato buckets. So, let's get busy. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is pull off the old cages, yank out the dead plants and the stupid sunflowers, as I said before. Now, I may fast forward through this part and not show you everything. Maybe put some music to it or something. And then once I got them all, the dirt fluffed up and all nice and ready to go, I'll show you everything that I'm going to plant.
Step 1, wake up early, gon' rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself the foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gon' rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Now that we got all the old taken out of it, we just want to rough up the dirt, fluff it up, so that way, as I said before, the roots have somewhere to go. It's not so tough for them, so they have the best possible chance of growing instead of girdling themselves. So there we go, I got those all roughed up and ready to go, loosened up, whatever the heck you want to call them. That last one over there is going to need some more dirt in it. So I'm going to get some more dirt for that one real quick, and then when I come back, I'll show you planting all my tomatoes and peppers. Okay, I got some more dirt in that one pot, and as you can see here, I have several different kinds of tomatoes and peppers. Now, this year I'm going to put the tomatoes in the white buckets and the peppers in the blue buckets. Because last year it was reversed. I put the peppers in the white buckets and the tomatoes in the blue buckets. So I'm just going to reverse it, just to make it a little different. So the first ones we're going to plant are the tomatoes. Yes, they need a drink right now. Kind of did that on purpose so I could plant them. I just wanted to show you how big they are right now. And about a week or two, they will be doubled this size. So again, stay tuned throughout the season, and I'll show you how well these self-wicking buckets work. So this first one is called something I've never tried before. It's called a pink brandy wine. Never had this one before, so I thought I'd give it a try in my self-wicking buckets. So it's really simple. We'll start with this one right here. Lost my shovel sitting right there. I just want to make a decent sized hole. Now with tomatoes, you can plant them super deep all the way up the stem, because wherever the stem touches the soil, it will throw out shoots. Well, not shoots, but roots. So we just want to take dig about a big enough hole to plant your tomato. And the deeper you plant them, the more sturdier they'll be. They won't be so weeble wobbly top heavy. But I am going to be putting a cage over them. I never used to be fond of tomato cages, but considering how tall these all got and how big they got last year, I put tomato cages on them now. I'll pull it out of the pot. Now you want to rough up the roots. This does not hurt the roots. If you don't like this part, then don't do this part. It's up to your discretion. It's something I've always done. It doesn't hurt the roots at all. It just keeps them, loosens them up so the plant doesn't girdle itself. Not hurting it, just loosening it up. Now if you don't like doing this part, if you think it hurts the plant, then don't do it. It's up to you. But we're going to loosen it up. Just like that. Everybody's all loose, not compacted anymore. We're going to dig down. You can see how far I'm putting the dirt way up to here. Now you could snap off the excess leaves and limbs. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Put it in as deep as possible. I know you think that's too deep. No, it's not. You could even plant them sideways and they'd still grow up, and everywhere it touches dirt, as I said before, it'll throw out roots. Keep our tag, and we're just going to backfill this all in. Give it a little push down, make sure it's all sturdy and packed in there. Not too packed to where it can't throw its roots around, but enough to where it won't wobble out if the dog goes elephanting through. Because I do have 7 of them. Dogs, not elephants. It'd be nice to have an elephant. But yeah, so there's that one. And we're going to make sure we put the tag in there with it. Now for like the first week, I'm only going to top water it until it gets more established. Once it gets more established, I will water it until the water comes out that hole right there. Once it comes out that hole, I probably won't have to water it, hi Bubba, for the whole week. And then I'm going to slip a tomato cage over the top of this one. But for now, let me show you the other tomato plants, and then I'll plant all those, and then we'll move on to the peppers once I get all the tomatoes planted. But for now, let me show you the other kinds I bought. Now you could start these from seeds. I do have another video out called My Secret Way of Planting Tomatoes That's Not So Secret. I'll put an iCard up right here if I can remember, if you want to see that video. Now this one is I'll make sure I show you how big they are, because they are going to grow like friggin' weeds once they get established in these self-wicking buckets. This one is a little yellow tomato. It's a sun sugar yellow cherry hybrid. This one's getting rather big, but just wait till it starts up in the self-wicking buckets. It's gonna run, be as tall as I am. This one is an early girl. I'm gonna go in that one. My last tomato, as you can see, it needs to be repotted. It's throwing yellow leaves, getting a little girdled inside its pot. You can see all the roots in there, but that's all right. We're gonna plant these and let them take off. This one is a Husky Cherry Red. So I've got some big ones, some small ones, and even one I've never tried before. So I'm gonna get all these planted the same way I did the first one. When I bring you back, I'll show you all my pepper plants that I have. I think I am one short. I'm gonna need one more pepper plant. Okay, let me plant all these tomatoes and then we'll move on to the peppers. As you can see, I've got all 4 of my pepper plants, all nice potted, ready to go. They just need their tomato cages. Now the taller ones I did plant rather deep, only because they were so tall. I didn't want them to be wobbly and fall over. And I've had some really good helpers. Yeah, some really good helpers. Right, Bunny? There's a helper. Little puppies. So now let's move on to the peppers real quick. As you can see, I only have 3, and I have 4 self-wicking buckets, so I'm gonna have to pick up a new one. Not a new one, another one. So you'll have to stay tuned to see what kind I get. Leave a guess down below on what other kind of pepper you think I'm gonna pick up. Or if you have a suggestion on a type of pepper I should pick up. As long as it's not hot, we don't do hot very well. So in this one is going to be a sweet banana pepper. You can see how big it is. Again, I'm showing you how big they are, so later on when I show you, you can see how well these self-wicking buckets work. Because these peppers should get to almost 6 feet tall. That's what they did last year, so I don't see why it wouldn't become that way again this year. This one is, of course, my ancho, if I'm saying that right, but anyways, a poblano. I love poblano peppers, they're one of my favorites. It's gonna go in that one. And this one, I am most excited to try. Never tried this before, it's my first time ever seeing it. This one is a jalapeno pepper. It's a heatless jalapeno. Never tried that before. As you can see, I grabbed the one with the 2 plants in it. I always try to look for those, because actually that's a mistake. Because most nurseries always pull the second plant out, so that way the biggest plant has the most chance of living. But anyways, I'm most excited over this one. As you can see, it's already throwing off some flowers. So is the banana pepper. So I'm going to plant these really quick. Pretty much the same thing as the tomato plants, just not quite as deep, because they don't throw out roots wherever the stem touches the dirt. So I'm going to plant these real quick, and then we'll move on from there. So first one I'm going to do is the jalapeno. Really the same thing as the tomato plants, just not nearly as deep. Again, we're going to save the tags, so that way we know what plant is what. Rough up the roots again a little bit. We're not hurting it, we're just loosening the roots so that way they'll spread out and not girdle the plant, choke the plant, whatever you want to call it. Not hurting it. Again, if you don't like this part, then don't do this part. It's not hurting the plant at all. And we're just gonna slap it in, backfill it, and we're done with this one. Make sure we put the tag in. And there we go with that one. I'm gonna womp out the other two real quick. I'll show you when I come back, and I'll talk about fertilizer that I use. So there they all are, all planted and ready to go for the season. I'm gonna run down real quick on what each one is real quick. Again, this one is my Sun Sugar Yellow. This one is my Pink Brandywine. I've never done that one before. I'll show you each one, how big they are at the moment. So hopefully you'll stick around to see how big they become throughout the season. This one is my Early Girl. This one is my Husky Cherry Red. And this pepper is, blue pots are peppers this year. This one is my Poblano. This one is my Jalapeno. I'm most excited to try that one this year too, along with my Pink Brandywine Tomato. And then this little guy is my Sweet Banana. Have to pick up one more for that one. But again, one quick look at how big each one is. So that way you'll stay tuned to see how big they are. I'll show you throughout the growing season. I think these are going to get about 6 feet tall, same as they did last year. So I hope you'll subscribe to see how big all these plants get this year. And to see that cute little dude right there. How big bear? How big bear? Oh, there's Heiny. There's my little plant helpers. So a quick talk about fertilizer. Now I don't use any chemical fertilizer at all. The only fertilizer that the tomatoes and peppers are going to get is leftover coffee. That's it. When we are done with a pot of coffee, and of course there's no sugar in it or no creamer in it, I will come out and I will dump it in the tomatoes and peppers. They love coffee. I think it's the nitrogen, helps with nitrogen and whatnot in it, but that is the only fertilizer that my tomatoes and pepper plants will get this year. Every year, even last year, it was only coffee. Coffee and water, that's all they get. Now again, once you first plant these like I have today, excuse me, you'll want to just top water them for about a week or so. And then after that, you will water them until the water comes out this hole right here. And then they should last at least a week without having to be watered again. And just watch them grow. Now, if you don't have a whole lot of space, this would be perfect for an apartment. Yeah, these would be perfect for an apartment or condo to where you're not allowed to have a lot of stuff. Or even if you are growing, there's a big bear. If you're not good at growing plants, this would be perfect. It's sort of a set it and sometimes forget it. You only water it when it needs to. And with having the water reservoir at the bottom, it makes the roots go deep and have to reach for it, so you won't have to water it as much. That's the whole point of the reservoir at the bottom. Again, stay tuned and watch the videos at the end. They will explain how to build these self-wicking buckets. So that is going to wrap up today's video. Got all of my peppers and my tomatoes planted for the year. Well, all but one. I still have to pick up one. Leave a comment down below on what kind you think I'm going to pick up, or if you have a suggestion on what kind I should pick up. I'm always open to suggestions. So, what do you think of my self-wicking buckets this year? How big do you think they're gonna get? Last year's got over 6 feet tall. Leave a comment down below on how big you think these ones are going to become. I'll leave an iCard up on the video that is called My Secret Way of Planting Tomatoes, because there is another way to plant these if you don't want to, if you want to start from the extreme beginning. I buy them already started, it's just a little easier. But yeah, so those are all set and ready to go for the season. I think they're going to do really well. Hope you'll stick around to see how well they do this year. Again, watch the videos at the end. They will explain how to build these. And also stay tuned for another video with those buckets. I'm going to show you how to build a self-wicking potato bucket. Yeah, really kind of cool. First time I've ever done that. Hoping it'll come out well. Yeah, I probably should have started it sooner, but it is what it is. I've had other projects that needed to get done first. Oh, Bubba. There's a big bear. There's my bear. And there's my honey. Oh, it's Attack of the Killer Honey. Hi, Bunny. Hi, Bubba. Okay, that's going to wrap up this video. Stop getting distracted by the pups. I'm going to water these really quick. And then move on to the next project that needs to be done. Probably get the blower and clean up the porch after I put the pups away. I don't need to scare them. But again, watch the videos at the end. They'll be helpful on how I built these. I hope you'll stay tuned to see how these... Hope you'll subscribe and whack the like button to see how well these self-wicking buckets will do this year. So again, I'm going to end this video now. Rambled enough. Thanks for watching Just What I Do Today. Leave a comment down below on what you think how you think these self-wicking buckets will do this year. How tall you think they'll get. And if you have any suggestions on what kind of pepper I should put in that one. So again, tell them subscribe. Huh, there they are. Thanks for watching Just What I Do Today. Please whack the like button, subscribe to see how well these do, and I'll catch you next time on Just What I Do. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Later, taters. Yeah. And there's Honey Bunny. Oh, too close. Honey Bunny. See you later, taters. Bye.